Hi everyone, it's Sunday, April 26th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Jordan. While the market's still weighed down by the pandemic, some areas of the globe, especially in Europe, are looking at restarting industries, and that's heartening at this point. So let's start with Europe again this week. Editor Andrea Guolo calls the situation there tragically difficult. Even though some countries have restarted production, in many cases there's no work because there are no orders. Starting Monday, April 27th, in Italy, tanning operations will be allowed to work, but only the companies that are specialized in the wet phase. The general restart in Italy won't be until May 4th. In Britain, the reference price for 36 plus ox is unchanged again this week at 70 cents, both in sterling and in euros. Not that sales have been plentiful, but there are reports that trading is also taking place 3 to 5 cents lower than the reference price. For the bull market in Europe, reference prices were stable this week with 40 plus German bulls at 85 to 90 cents in euros. Some other origins that had not seen much of a decline yet have now caught up with the rest of the market. With regard to cows, the current price of 25 plus Northern German selections is 44 cents a kilo, while Scandinavian origins have seen adjustments also. With some tannery operations set to restart this week, Andrea devotes his analysis to what the various tanning regions in Italy will be doing, as well as the outlook for work after May 4th and, by extension, for the hide market. Turning to the U.S., prices stabilized this week as more meat plants had trouble related to COVID-19 infections among their workers. With fewer offers and suddenly more extended positions, packers were able to turn away low bidders and most of the unsolicited bids. So consequently, the price of regular weight heavy Texas steers was steady, with trading again reported at $16 for seasonal weights. Last week also saw slaughter at a record low for a non-holiday week, but it was even lower this week. The total kill was 469,000, which is about 30% less than the near record high just a few weeks ago. So you can see how the situation has really changed. With regard to exports, it was surprising to see yet another week of large numbers. The total raw and wet blue hides sold was 772,400, and again, the bulk of those sales were to China. But at the same time, combined shipments were again lower than the previous week at 422,700. In our observations this week, we actually discussed these stellar export numbers, the declining number of shipments, and what some producers have to say about that situation. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports from Brazil that prices were stable this week after last week's dip. Fresh hides were unchanged and selling at 49 cents in reals per kilo, which is still 9 US cents. TR1 was also unchanged at 57 cents per square foot. Prices in Uruguay stabilized after last week's big drop. Among the other news stories from Brazil, we have several items on the footwear sector, including one from Aba Calçados, which says that the sector has lost more than 24,000 jobs. There are also articles on the status of business for Marfrig and JBS. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's reopening e-commerce, and that's expected to revive some sales. Colombia has confirmed the industries that will be restarting business in the coming week, and Mexico says that footwear sales have dropped by as much as 100% for some companies. So that's all the news that we have for today, and until next week, good night from HideNet.